Hello friend, Jim here with JB's Big Adventure, coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. In this video, I'm going to rant a little bit about something that really bothers me. And I see it happening with YouTubers that put up videos. And I've seen it from videos that have been done here at Lake Chapala. But I want to give you an example. And you know what? Before I do that, if you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's a great community, and you're going to want to be a part of that. It's really easy to do. In the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little red box. Tap on it, and you're subscribed. Also, give us a thumbs up. That lets other people know it's a great video to watch. As most of you know, if you've watched any of our other videos, that I really work hard at making the information accurate that we provide. I mean, there's videos I've done that take 2, 3, 4 months for me to really get everything, all the information I need to get to be able to put it together, because I just don't throw things together. So there's YouTube videos out there that are giving inaccurate information, misleading information, misleading thumbnails, which is what you see when you're making a decision or not to take a look at a video, and knowing it's wrong. Now, again, as I've mentioned, I know that you, the viewer and the supporter of this channel, are looking for information that will help the big decision that you've made in regards to retiring, and there are those that are retiring early, to be able to come and live in paradise here at Lake Chapala. And so I don't take giving the information lightly. It isn't just something that I'm just wanting to blow out there because of the fact that I want you to hear it. What I do is I try to help everything. The 2 questions I ask every single video that I do: 1, who's my audience? 2, what problem am I solving? And the problem I'm solving in this video is to make you aware of some things that take place. So when we were looking at moving here ourselves, a big thing was the stimulus check. There was a first stimulus check, and there was a second one, and I think there was a third one, and there have been talks about a fourth, but it's never materialized. But with that being said, there is a guy on YouTube that Barbara watches, and I know she sees the thumbnail and it pulls her in, and it's like every time I hear this guy's voice, it's like, why are you listening to that guy? I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about, of just putting information out there. And these are thumbnails. One is, the stimulus check is here. Or, here it is, the announcement you've been waiting for. Social Security, 1,400 check ready. 1,400 highly likely. $200 to $2,400 raise for you on Social Security. I've got all the important information right here in my hand. He goes on to say, Social Security, huge raise, massive raise, $2,000 stimulus update, exciting $1,200 monthly income for you. Now, if you heard those, I got to say, you'd be intrigued to find out what's being said on the video. But these are things that are being said presently. These are not thumbnails that he put out there, years ago. These are thumbnails that have just been out just recently. Now, if you're from the States, we hear about all this stuff going on with Social Security, with stimulus checks. But you know what? It has never happened. And for me to plant my faith on a guy that continually puts out videos and doesn't really have any content, I think he makes stuff up. He makes it sound like that he's the only one you're going to be able to get this information from. And it's just a bunch of bunk. And it really bothers me. Now, I don't get upset at Barbara about it. She can watch it, not a big deal. It just bothers me because I know that our channel, people are looking at it and banking on information that we share about making a decision to move to Mexico. And here are these guys putting videos out. And I'm just using that one because there's also some videos out about Lake Chapala and some stuff here too. And that's what I'm also wanting to talk to you about. But what it does is it puts you in a position of, well, great, this is going to happen. And then it doesn't happen. Oh, the next video coming out. Wow, it looks like it really is going to. I mean, it's just a come on. And I just don't think it's right because our time is valuable. If we lost $1,000 in the stock market on Friday, we can get it back on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But we can't get back yesterday. So the information I'm sharing is important for you, and I'm wanting to make sure it's something that, for the most part, that you can bank on because there has been research done. So here's a couple of things that bother me about those that have videos about Lake Chapala. Now, again, I want to preface, I don't believe that some of these are actually individuals that live here. They might have been here and made a video. They might have just be talking because of what somebody else told them. I know there are people out there that try to discourage people moving to Mexico. But ultimately, it's the choice of you, the viewer. So here are some subjects that there are YouTube videos out about. One is the toxic fumes, that there is such of a high toxicity in the lake that the fumes coming off the lake are making Mexicans sick. How crazy is that? I just can't, I don't know where this guy got his information, but it's ridiculous. Because, I mean, the Mexican government, if there was a problem with Lake Chapala, the lake would be shut down. But to say there's fumes coming off it and people are getting sick. I've shot videos at Lake Chapala with hundreds of people, I mean, might have been thousands of people at Lake Chapala on the Malecon walking around. Just a bunch of baloney. But people are going to watch that. They're going to hang on to that. And that's one of the reasons why they're not going to come. Because somebody said that the lake is toxic. I don't think this was the same video. I think it was somebody else I watched a video from. And I think they got the information from each other or something. It seems like there was something about the fact that somehow they were connected. But this other guy said that there is a chemical that is in Roundup. Now, Roundup, I know it's in the States. I don't know if it's here in Mexico. But Roundup is something you can spray on your weeds. And what it does is it kills the weeds. I mean, it kills them. You don't spray it on your grass because wherever it goes, it's going to kill the grass. That Roundup, that the chemical, the harmful chemical that's in Roundup is actually in the lake. And there are, in the air, it's coming in and people are getting sick from it. Again, people trying to make things up just to say things. It bothers me. It really bothers me. I mean, we live here, and it's just amazing, the stuff that people will say. And it's easy. It's on YouTube. I mean, what does it take to make a YouTube video? I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot unless you're doing it with integrity, and you've got a strong moral compass like us, and do what's right and talk about what's right. So here are some others here. That most folks do not know that Lake Chapala is the primary water source for the city of Guadalajara, which is about an hour away. As a matter of fact, about the rate that it's actually being pumped is about 2,500 gallons a second. A second. and it's 24 hours a day. Now, even thinking about this is nuts. I mean, unbelievable. I just don't have the words to say. It's like, why would somebody say that it's toxic? Here's another one that tends to be a popular one, but it's only popular because I think people want to believe this sometimes, but the crime. They're discouraging Americans to go in or come into Mexico because the crime is immense. It's out of this world. It's you know, that it's so terrible. You don't want to go to Mexico. You don't want to go to Lake Chapala because of the crime. Or the cartels are there. And there was somebody talking about on a video, and this video, I'm going to guess, it seems like the video, I want to say was 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old. And I was just amazed because, as I'd mentioned to you on one of the videos about crime, I didn't see any kind of crime until it went back like to 2000, I want to say 2018 was the last murder that was here at Lake Chapala, here at Ajijic and such. And so people are being discouraged by false information. Lake Chapala is really dangerous. Again, he cited that the cartel activity was heavy here. If you want to see a video that is truth about the crime, go take a look at the video that I did. It is about a week and a half ago about crime. It took me 2.5 months to put together because I wanted to make sure I had the right information. So you take a look at that and you'll see it compared from Mexico to the U.S. And the U.S. blows it out of the water. There are 2 individuals that have moved here that are actually a part of the channel that moved here that we've had the opportunity of meeting both. One is a former police officer, SWAT with the city of Fort Worth, Texas, and the other was a street police officer, detective from Memphis, Tennessee. And both of them have stated feeling very safe here, very safe. So that again, if you're thinking or you're hearing about the crime, I want you to go watch that video because it's got the true facts on there, the correct statistics, nothing that's painted up or I mean it's what it shares is what the facts are. Take a look at that video. You can't miss it. It's the video. I can't remember what it says on it, but it's of an American flag with holes in it, bullet holes in it, and there's a gun. So you could take a look at that. Here's another one about the lake. And I just can't believe that somebody would put this. That local restaurants are using the fish that they get from Lake Chapala to serve in their restaurant. What a bunch of baloney. You know, there are people that fish in the lake, but they are locals. They're feeding their family. They're not folks that are fishing that take the fish to a local restaurant. I mean, there are fish stores that I've been in. We've been at restaurants when guys are actually delivering fish. In fact, I'll never forget this. We were sitting down at the Chapala Malecon, and we were sitting there where the restaurants are at, and there was like 2 trucks that came just stocked full of fish that they were actually taking into 2 restaurants that were there. And I could tell it was fish because it said, I can't remember the Spanish word for fish, but it had pictures of fish. Anyway, wholesalers that were from Guadalajara, because it said Guadalajara in the truck, bringing fish. They do not use. I've done enough videos of restaurant owners here at Lake Chapala, and I've never heard one person say they're taking fish out of the lake. Now, the lake itself, you can look at the shore, and because of the sediment and such, it looks like it's dirty. But you go out 300 feet away from the shore, the average depth is 14 feet and it's clear. There are boats out doing fishing. There are folks that are swimming in the lake. There's kids playing in the lake. I've done videos that, like been at the Malecon, and you've seen videos of kids, playing, and adults playing in the lake. So I can assure you, and I'm vegetarian, but I feel I can say this without a doubt, that the restaurants here locally are not getting the fish out of the lake. Somebody had talked about the bacteria level. When I read this, and this has been several weeks ago, in fact, probably been a month ago, bacteria level. In fact, there's a gentleman, his YouTube channel is JC Travels. His name is Jerry. I've never met him. Barbara has seen him. I've not. I can just tell he's a great guy. He's a good guy. The information he's given is truthful, and he's done his own tests of the lake. But there were some studies done, and somebody had said something about bacteria level. The bacteria level is 75% lower than any California beach. I'm from Southern California. I was a surfer. Some of the places that we would go surfing were closed down because of the bacteria in the ocean. But here, it's 75% lower. Now, if you went to Huntington Beach, if you went to Newport Beach, if you went to Bolsa Chica, if you went to San Clemente, if you go to San Onofre, these are all places where there's surfers. And there's times where portions of the ocean get shut down because of bacteria. But yet, studies been done, 75% less bacteria than California beaches. That's incredible. So I'm saying all this to say this. I want you to know that the integrity and the time that it takes for me to do each video. In fact, this video I'm doing right now, I wasn't looking at doing. I've got another video I've been working on. But I said, you know what, I've had it. Barbara's listening to this guy and I hear his voice. Every time I hear his voice, it's like, there's that liar again. And it's almost like he has nothing better else to do. And so I look at that and I never want to be that guy. I never want to be somebody looks at that video and says, you know what, that guy is not giving out truthful information. It isn't correct. I just want you to know that I put every effort in to do what's right, do the right thing. So if you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's a great community, and you're going to want to be a part of that. It's really easy to do. In the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little red box. Tap on it, and you're subscribed. Also, give us a thumbs up. That lets other people know it's a great video to watch.